This is all I do. This is all I do. This is all I do.
What's up, guys? Neil Austin here, certified No BS fitness professional, episode 5. Holy cow. If you've made it this far, if you've watched all 4 of my episodes and you've made it this far, I just want to take a second to thank you from the bottom of my heart. That's crazy. That's almost an hour of your time that you've invested in crushing your fitness goals. That's almost an hour of your time that you spent listening to me talk, which is a huge accomplishment in itself. But seriously, guys, thank you. If you're tuning in for the 5th time right now, I really appreciate it. I hope that you've gotten a lot out of the last 4 episodes. So today, we're going to talk about discipline. Okay, super important topic. It's pretty straightforward, so this will probably be a little bit of a shorter episode, I think. But still super important and still very often misunderstood. So before we dive into this, let's define in the simplest of terms what discipline means. So discipline is essentially your ability to do something that you don't want to do because you know it's good for you or you know it's going to benefit you in some way. Pretty much, if you have discipline, you're really good at doing stuff that you don't want to do. That's the long and short of it. So the biggest misconception that I've seen with discipline is that it's some type of personality trait that you're born with, right? People have come up to me in the past and said, Neil, I wish I had your discipline, right? I wish I had your discipline to eat healthy every day. I wish I had your discipline to go to the gym 5-6 days a week, right? Well, let me tell you something, guys. You can have my discipline. Every little bit of discipline I have, you can have and then some, okay? I'm going to explain why right now. So discipline, guys, is a skill. Discipline is something that you get better at with practice. Just like any other skill, you need to practice it to actually get better at it over time. The best way to do that, okay, is to do things that you don't want to do. Do things that you don't want to do that are good for you. You need to practice that. Here's how I do it. So every single day, I get up at least an hour earlier than I need to be on time for my first client. Either I will do some work on my computer, I'll take some time to prep my meals for the day. I'll do something productive with that extra hour. And I force myself to get out of bed and not hit the snooze button on my phone before doing so. Guys, when you hit the snooze button on your phone, you realize that you're starting your day as a failure. You're starting your day by not following through with a goal, which is getting up at a certain time. You're already losing when you hit snooze, okay? But that's not what this is about. That could be a whole other episode. This is about training yourself to do something that's hard for you that you don't want to do because you know it's helping you. So on the days when I succeed at this, because there are days when I hit snooze, I'm not trying to say I'm perfect and that I always get up right on time. There are days when I hit snooze, roll over, go back to sleep for another 9 minutes or whatever stupid amount of minutes it is extra sleep that I'm getting from doing this. But on the days that I do get myself out of bed without hitting snooze, I have some of my best, most productive days. The reason for that is I'm starting the day by practicing discipline. By starting my day with discipline, it's easier the whole rest of my day to apply that same principle. Does that make sense? So if I exercise discipline, get myself out of bed, I don't hit snooze, then it's easier for me to sit down and get work done. It's easier for me to go to the gym, train myself. It's easier for me to stay on my nutrition, to do my 20 minutes of cardio when I'm done lifting. It's easier for me to implement all the other parts of my routine and just stay on track. It's just easier because I practiced this by getting up on time and not hitting snooze. So what you need to do to get better at applying discipline is practice it, okay? Next time you know you need to do something, and you have that thought of, oh, I don't want to do it, right? Your inner 3-year-old child, who we all have somewhere in the back of our heads, comes forward and says, no, I don't want to do that. You need to punch that 3-year-old in the face and do it anyway. Okay, don't actually punch any 3-year-olds. That's a joke. That's not a good thing to go and do. But you get the point. You need to tell that 3-year-old to shut up, and you need to just do it. Because once you do that, the next time you need to go apply discipline, it's going to get easier and easier and easier. Okay, that's the good news, guys. Discipline, just like any other skill, gets easier and easier to apply the more you do it. Now, you can lose that skill if you take a few weeks off, if you stop getting up right away when your alarm goes off, you start hitting snooze again, you let different areas of your life slide, discipline gets harder to apply elsewhere. So you need to stay on top of it. You need to keep practicing, just like anything else. It's like playing the guitar, okay? You've probably noticed that I do that, or at least I hang them as decoration maybe. If you don't play the guitar for months, you're going to pick it up and you're going to be rusty. You're not going to pick it up and just lay down some Stevie Ray Vaughan, okay, right away. It's going to take you some time to ease back into it. It's going to be easier because you learned it in the past, you practiced it in the past, but you're still going to be rusty. The same principles apply here, guys. So as long as you stay on top of it, as long as you keep practicing this skill of applying discipline, it's going to become easier and easier to do. It's not going to be harder. It's going to be easier. So the best thing for you to do is just start thinking of areas of your life. Start small. Think of small areas of your life where you can start applying discipline, whether that's getting up at a certain time, not hitting snooze on your alarm, whether that's, not eating out one extra day a week, cooking your dinner at home one extra day a week, okay? Something small, something that's doable, that's not, the hardest thing in the world for you to do. Because when you start small and you practice in these smaller areas of your life, when it comes time for the big problem, the big thing that you have to go and do, the hard stuff is easier. It's not that hard to do. It's easier for you to go to the gym 6 days out of the week because you woke up on time and because you did all these other little things that helped you practice applying discipline. Okay? Just like any other skill, you need to stay fresh on it, you need to practice it, you need to stay good at it, or else it's going to be really hard for you to apply and you're going to stay stuck not having discipline. The good news is you don't need to be born with it. If you don't have the discipline right now to do this stuff, you can and you will, as long as you're willing to put in the time to practice it and gradually work up to applying discipline in every area of your life. Okay? That's about all I got for you today, guys. I hope that this helps. Step one in the process is just figuring out some small area of your life where you can start applying discipline right away. Good luck.
This is all I do. This is all